Hi, okay, so we are doing our first consolidation session of the course. So this is just an opportunity to go over and practice all of the learning that we've done so far before we start adding any new learning in, all right? I'm going to be throwing questions at you based on what we've done so far, all kind of mixed up in no particular order, just to sort of keep you on your toes. It is about building confidence, and the more that you can recall, the better, but it's still the early stages of the course. And if you need to look things up in order to have a good go at those questions, then please do. It's not a test, okay? You're going to pause and hit play on every single question that we do, because I'm literally modeling, doing the next one, model the answer, do the next one, and so on, okay? So let's just crack on with it. So our first question is 5a times 3a times 2a. So hit pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, so 5 times 3 is 15, times 2 is 30. And then you could say, I've got the A, and the A all squashing up to it. That obviously isn't how we would leave those A's. There's no worries in showing it to start off with, but then you want to change it to that power 3. So if you've got that right, well done. Next one is 3, oops, pen's not wanting to work, x minus 4. Press play when you're ready. Okay, nice simple one for us. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 4 is 12. It's negative 4, so it's negative 12. Okay. We're going to say a is equal to 12. So I want you to work out what 5a minus 7 is. Okay? Hit play when you're ready. Okay, so this means 5 times a takes 7. Always good to write down what it means first. It'll help if things start to get complicated. Then it's 5 times 12 takes 7. Well, 5 times 12 is 60, and 60 takes 7 is 53. So hopefully that went well. I think what we'll do is another one before we run away from it. So we'll do 3a plus 24. Press play when you're ready. So we've got 3 times a plus 24. 3 times 12 plus 24. So 3 times 12 is 36. If I add 24, I get 60 as my answer. Next question. So we've got sequence 5, 8, 11, 14, on and on it goes. Please write me the nth term. Okay, so it's going up 3 every time. So it's 3n. Now, if we do it backwards, minus 3, we end up at 2. That's positive 2. And that's the last or final bit to the nth term, 3n plus 2. And this time I'm going to give you the nth term and ask you to write the first 4 terms. Hit play when you're ready. Okay, so this is minus 6 times n plus 2. So we've got to be really careful here. Don't want to make a mistake with this negative. I've got minus 6 times, I want the first term, so 1 plus 2. Minus 6 times 1 is minus 6, plus 2 is minus 4. Make sure you go the right way on the number line. I've then got minus 6 times 2. Minus 6 times 2 is minus 12. If I add 2, I'm at minus 10. Minus 6 times 2 plus 2. Minus 6 times 3. Let's get that right. Minus 6 times 3 is minus 18. Plus 2 is minus 16. And then minus 6 times 4 plus 2 is minus 24. And then adding the 2 takes me to minus 22. And you should be able to spot that these are going down minus 6 every time, which is what we would expect because we've got minus 6 in the rule there. Now, to finish this off, it would be good to write it as a sequence. Otherwise, that just feels like it's all my working out. There's the first 4 terms. Okay. Quite a tough one when the negatives come in, I think. Okay, E times F times 2E times 5F. Hit play when you're ready. Okay, so we don't show the time sign. It's all got to get squashed together, but we do have some numbers in there as well. So looking at the numbers, I've got a 2 and a 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. I've then got an E squashing to another E. I'm keeping them in alphabetical order, and an F squashing to another F, which would end up being E squared, F squared. Okay. Next question is 3x minus 4 equaling 23. Hit pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, so I'm looking at an equation. So I want to get x on its own. The last thing I say is the first thing I hop. So minus 4 is moving first. It's going to land as plus 4. I've got 3x equaling 27. Then that 3 will come and land as a divide. Remember where it's squashed on this side, it means times. So it's going to land as that divide. That leaves x on its own. 3's into 27 are 9. So hopefully that went well. Okay, we have got 2x plus 4 minus 3x minus 7. Okay, your exam is likely to say something along the lines of expand and simplify. So expand and simplify. Hit play when you're ready. Okay, so 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 4 is 8. Minus 3 times x all squishes up. Now I need to be careful, really sensible to show the maths that you need to do. Then you can see the numbers, you can see the negatives, you can just see everything. 3 times 7 is 21, and the 2 negatives make it positive. And that is the most common place for people to go wrong. They will either write minus 21 by accident, or they'll do minus 3 minus 7, and they might write something like minus 10. Or go the wrong way on the number line and write minus 4. So there's loads of things that can happen on the end. Okay, collect up your x's. So I've got 2 x's and it says take 3. Well, 2 take 3 is minus 1. So I've got minus x, minus 1x. Look at the numbers. I've got 8 and 21. 8 plus 21 is positive 29. And that would be the answer to that. If you wrote it that way round, that would be fine as well. It's the 2 correct terms, and that's what they're looking for. Okay, let's do another sequence question. Let's go with the rule n squared plus 3. And I'd like you, like we did before, the first 4 terms. So generate the first 4 terms with the rule n squared plus 3 and hit play when you're ready. Okay, so n squared means n times n plus 3. So the first term is going to be 1 times 1 plus 3. 1 times 1 is 1 plus 3 is 4. Second number, 2 times 2, which is 4, plus 3 is 7. 3 times 3, which is 9, plus 3, 12. And then 4 times 4, which is 16, plus 3 is 19. So we've got 4, 7, 12, and 19. And on it would go. Okay. I'd like you to expand that, please. Okay, so this hopefully isn't causing any worries. All that's happened is the letter and the number have kind of changed positions within the bracket. But this is where it's really important that you remember you're learning a method, not I recognize that question so I can answer it, and I don't recognize that one so I can't. It's got to be, I don't care what you give me, I know how to expand brackets. So 5 times 10 is 50. And 5 times minus x is going to be minus 5x. Okay, next question is 3x minus 7 equals 33. Hit that pause button and press play when you're ready. Okay, so for this question, I can see it's an equation because of the equal sign. I know I need to get x on its own. At the moment, the bracket is telling me that the x is trapped. So I'm going to expand my bracket first. That's going to give me 3x minus 21 equaling 33. Now I can hop. The last thing I say is the first thing I hop, 3x minus 21. So minus 21 is going to move across, land is plus 21, and I've got 3x now equaling 54. Now, if this is on a calculator paper, to get x on its own, I need to divide by 3. I can just throw that in, no problem to the calculator. Calculator is going to do all the work. If I don't, then I need to be confident to see this question as a divide, 54 divided by 3, and just pop it straight in my bus shelter. The bus shelter does division. If you've got a divide to do, trust your bus shelter. Do it all the time in bus shelter and your bus shelter will get better, okay? So 3's into 5. 3's into 5 go 1, remainder 2. And then 3's into 24 go 8 exactly. So x is equal to 18. Okay. Hopefully that went well. So now I've got something, because I do this sort of thing all the time, I'm afraid, always pushing. I've got 5x plus 4, and this time it's greater than 34. It's not an equal sign. That's the greater than sign. And that isn't something that we've done. However, what I still want you to do is press pause and go with your best guess on how you would answer this. You can only use the knowledge that you've got. So just think, what am I looking at? What do I know? And how am I going to use it here? And when you're ready, hit play, and that way you can see how you got on. Okay, so I find a lot of students freak out literally when they see this. It's like, nope, I have never seen this before. I cannot do this question. But actually the question is only different here. If they're asking me to solve, then I've got to work out what x is. And I have a method for that. It's hopping. I need to get x on its own if I want to know what it's worth. So I don't change actually anything. I'm still hopping. I'm just hopping over a greater than symbol instead of an equal symbol. So my +4 is going to land as -4, and I've got 5x is greater than 30. And if you did this, well done. Then I've got to take the 5 and divide through. So x is now on its own, and 5's into 30 go 6. Don't change the sign to equals, which you can almost do without thinking, because we write equals down for everything all the time, that you kind of almost naturally do it without even realizing it. So do watch for that. It's a sort of silly thing I do. And yeah, what we've now done is extended our ability to solve equations into solving inequalities as well. It doesn't matter what symbol I put there. I still hop, I still get x on its own, and I still end up with a result here at the bottom. This says x is greater than 6. So basically x can be 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 1,000. It could be 6.1. It's still greater than 6. All right, so that's all that's doing. Well done if you obviously didn't let that put you off. We'll put another one in later. Okay, here we go. 6a times 4ad. Press play when you're ready. Okay, so 6 times 4 is 24. A times a is a squared. And then I've got my d. Next question. So I want to know if 64 lies in the sequence 3n minus 1. So you can't see the sequence. You've been given the rule of the sequence. Does 64 lie in the sequence that is generated by 3n minus 1? Hit pause and press play when you think you have an answer. Okay, so if it lies in the sequence, then 3n minus 1 is going to equal 64. So let's see if it does. We're going to add 1, and we've got 3n equaling 65. Divide through by 3. Now, if that gives me a whole number, a perfect integer, then it does, yes, lie on the sequence. If not, the answer is no. So let's go to our bus shelter. 3's into 6 go 2. 3's into 5 go 1. And there's 2 left over. Stick a 0, stick a decimal. But actually, I don't even need to keep going. That is enough to show me it doesn't go exactly. I've gone into decimals now. It doesn't matter to me what the decimal is. I've gone into decimals, so I can answer this question. No. Okay, so 3n. Does 64 lie on the sequence? No. And I've got enough working out to clearly show my examiner I know the answer is no. And he would be happy. I would get 4 marks for that. Okay. Let's say A is equal to 2, B is equal to -3. I'd like you to work out 3A minus B for me, please. Okay, so what we've got is 3 times A minus B. So 3 times 2 minus, and then it's -3. Okay, it's really easy not to write the second minus because you kind of see one there already. That is that minus, and that is that minus. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6. These make a plus, and 6 plus 3 is 9. If you got that right, really well done. Here's another one, AB squared. So work out AB squared. Press play when you're ready. Okay, so this is A times B times B. B squared is B times B. So I've got 2 times minus 3 times minus 3. Okay, now you could do all the numbers in one go here. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 threes are 18. And then you could look at the negatives. If there's 1 in the question, there's 1 in the answer. If there's 2 in the question, they make a plus. So this is positive 18. I've got my answer. What if there were 3 in the question? The 3 would be like saying I've got 2 that make a positive, then I've got, so I'll just show you this because it's easier to see. If I had this question, yeah, then these 2 would make a positive, and then you could see I've got 1 in the question. Because I've got a positive there, and I've got 1 here. 1 in the question, 1 in the answer. So it would take it back to negative again. It's actually true that if you have an odd number of negatives, you have a negative in the answer. So when there's 1, which is an odd number, there's 1 in the answer. When you've got 3, that's an odd number, you've got 1 in the answer. Okay, we digress. I would like you to, let's rub that out as well, have a go at this question. There you go. Hit play when you're ready. Okay, so it's an equal sign. I've got to solve for x, got to get it on its own. Last thing I say, x divided by 3, take 2. So take 2 is the first thing I'm going to hop, lands as plus 2. I've now got x over that 3. And then I am moving the divide by 3, which will land as a times by 3, and x is equal to 36. If you got that right, well done. Now we are going to have this question, which in your exam will say expand. So expand the expression. Okay. So we've got 3a times 2a. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. A times a is a squared. And then 3a times negative 4. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. Squash the a and keep it negative. If you got that right, well done. Next question. (5x plus 12 equals 7x plus 4, and it might say solve or find the value of x. Off you go, hit play when you're ready. Okay, so it's an equation, so I know it's the hopping method, but I've got x's on both sides, so I need to remember to look for the smaller set of x's, which in this case is the 5x, and hop that to join the other x's. The 5 is positive on that side, so it's going to land as minus 5x. So when I tidy this up, I've got my 12 left. I've got 7x minus 5x, which is 2x plus the 4. If you leave it like that, that's fine. If you switch it around, remember the whole of 2x plus 4 moves to the left-hand side and the 12 moves to the right-hand side. And then I can just hop. So take off that 4 and I've got 2x equaling 8. Divide through by the 2 and x is equal to 4. If you got that right, really well done. This particular piece of algebra, this equation where you've got x's on both sides, is really common to come up in solving equations when you're having to put algebra on shapes. Like sometimes you see algebra as angles, or you've got algebra as edges on rectangles and things like that. And those types of questions use this skill here. So if you can be good at this, you can be good at those. Okay. Right. Next question. We have the sequence 1, 7, 13, and 19. On and on it goes. Please write me the nth term for that. Okay. So it's going up 6 every time. So it's 6n. That means take off 6 here. Now 1 takes 6 takes me to -5. All of that is written on the end. And we've got 6n minus 5 as the answer for that one. Okay. Last few questions. Okay. Work out the value of x or solve. Hit play when you're ready. Okay, so I've got the inequality. I'm not going to let that put me off. If I want to know what x is, I've got to get it on its own. It's trapped at the moment, so I'm going to expand. 3x minus 21 is less than 42. And then we are going to hop. That's going to land as plus 21. I've got 3x less than 63. Divide through by 3. And x is less than. Now, if you can see it, it's great. If you can't see it, go to your trusty bus shelter. 3's into 6 go 2. 3's into 3 go 1. So the answer is 21. Okay. 3x plus 4 minus 2. 2x minus 5. Pause and hit play when you're ready. Okay, so we've got 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4 is 12. Minus 2 times 2x is minus 4x. And then we've got to be careful again because of those negatives. Minus 2 times minus 5, well, 2 times 5 is 10, and the 2 negatives make a plus. Hopefully that didn't cause any problems. Now we're going to collect up our x's. So I've got 3x, take 4x, that's going to be minus x. And then I have obviously got my numbers. I've got 12 plus another 10. I've got plus 22. So if you've got that answer, again, really, really well done. Okay, what shall we do? Last two. We'll do m equals 3 and n equals minus 5. I'd like you to work out 5m plus 3n. Hit play when you're ready. Okay, so I've got 5 times 3 plus 3 times minus 5. So 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times minus 5, well, 3 times 5 is 15 again, but this time it's got a minus. I've still got that plus. But when that plus and that negative are side by side, it's going to create a negative. This then goes on to create 15 take 15, which is 0. Gone. Okay. Last question. I think we've done loads. I think you've done really well. So we've got 5 plus x equals, oh no, let's put it over 3 and we'll say that equals 10. So that's our last question. Hit pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, so we're looking at an equation because of the equals. I want to know what x is. I get it on its own. 5 plus x divided by 3. So that divide by 3 is going first, landing as times by 3. I've now got 5 plus x equaling 30. Now, at this stage, you might be able to just see that's got to be 25. And if you do and you write x equals 25, that's fine. There's enough working out there to get you the marks. Or show that last step, that 5 is going to get taken off and x is equal to 25. Either way, it's all good. All right, so well done. That is the way that consolidation works. So the next time we do one, it's going to be all of this plus all the other learning that we will have done. So I look forward to seeing you next session where we start something new. Well done today.